man.
Yeah, it was.
Happy Father's Day.
Thanks, buddy. It was good. We just had a chill day. The
Nice.
wife, the wife just got over COVID, and Lionel had COVID too. I'm because of my extremely athletic physique and good diet and
Yes.
and clean living situation. I didn't get it. I tested negative 3 times over 7 days, so I didn't
That's
get
amazing.
it. So my whole family got it, and I didn't.
Well, that's all
It's
right.
the drinking, man. I swear to God, if you wanna deal with COVID, become a functional alcoholic. It keeps
There
it
you
right
go.
out of your system.
There you go.
Yeah.
While kids get COVID, like, and we'll talk about this a bit later. Like kids, healthy kids, they don't die of COVID.
No, they don't.
They
They
just
don't
don't.
die. No,
It's like
Lionel was pretty sick.
less than 1 in a million kids
Yep,
who get
Lionel was sick, but
COVID
he's been
die.
sicker. He's been sicker than that. Like
Yeah,
he was coughing so hard till he puked. That was pretty bad, but he wasn't dying.
excellent. Yeah,
He just had a cold. It was just like a cold. And Emily just had like a fever and a cold. She had a
yeah,
fever, mild fever, maybe running around 100 degrees,
right,
99 degrees,
right.
and mild fever, and lasted for about 5 days. And now we're out of the woods.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, Father's Day, man. Fucking my poor dad, dude. My poor fucking dad. So all
Dude,
the
you should
shit.
read that poem that you wrote.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'd like to hear that, man. I
I
read
was
it.
I was
I
talking
read
to
it,
my
but I'd like
dad.
to hear it. Yeah, yeah.
I'll read it from the dad's text thread.
Sure.
It goes like this. Me and my dad were talking. I'll tell you the story about my dad afterwards because I don't really talk about him that much on the channel, but maybe I should since it's Father's Day. I said, Dad, it seems to me all of my dad memories lately have been of you suffering, recovering, hitting roadblocks. Something new comes up again and again. Heart. Your poor old heart. I didn't get your poor old heart, but my heart breaks for you as yours ages. Remember when you used to take us out of school after lunch to go see afternoon Blue Jays games? How about the time you picked me up downtown once I had finally lost my entire damn mind? I went crazy in front of you as I watched you dying. Now here we are. An old man and a middle aged man making do with what they got. I'm pretty damn proud of us. Pretty crazy we're both still here. We've had it tougher than most in our lives. We haven't let trauma define us. Slow sizzle your bacon so it cooks evenly. I watched you do that in the mornings when it was just me and you. Everyone else would be sleeping, but we would be up and ready, ready to suffer in our own special way. Your pain is finally gone. Life was slow, but you made it. You'll probably die in your sleep. That's the goal, right? Die peacefully in our sleep. We're almost there. Talk to you tomorrow. Love, Brendan.
That's awesome, man.
He liked it, dude. His reply was Brendan. I just read this now. That's the way it was, the way it is, and the way it's heading. Love, Dad.
That's awesome. Dude,
Yeah, man.
so I knew my dad was dying. He had pancreatic cancer. He was diagnosed in April. And then come Father's Day, I wrote my dad like this 10-page fucking essay for him, just telling him about what he meant in my life. And,
It's nice when you
like,
live old enough to be able to do stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. And so he was big into Calvin and Hobbes and something.
Oh fuck, I love that, man. Lazy
Yeah,
Sunday book.
he he and I bonded over that. So you know what? I think I'll share it with you what I wrote because it's like an essay, all with like headers
Oh
from
yeah.
like different Calvin and Hobbes like comics and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Just kind of
Wow.
showing some of the lessons and kind of some of the things that he and I went through.
How long was his battle with pancreatic cancer?
Only about 6 months. It was like a May.
Wow.
It was like a May, April, May till Thanksgiving. Passed away shortly after Thanksgiving.
Wow. So he knew he was gonna die as soon as he
Yeah,
found out he had it?
yeah, because he decided not to do any treatment with pancreatic cancer, and especially where it was, like how far advanced it was. They said even with chemo, your survival, like your possibility of survival, is like 2%. So
Wow.
all it would do is give you more time. And he's like, "Oh, I'd rather be healthy for 5 months than really sick for 1 month than be
Really sick
just
for two
really sick
years.
for 2 years." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing, man.
Yeah,
My dad already said I'm not allowed to give him a kidney. He told me that about a year ago.
right.
So my dad, with all the heart attacks and open heart surgery and prostate cancer and bladder damage from the radiation from the prostate cancer, getting his bladder removed. That finally happens about 2 months ago. He gets his bladder removed and he's recovering, and he's got no more bladder pain, which is so great.
Yeah.
And everything's going good. And he already knew that he had mild kidney failure afterwards, but now his electrolytes are through the roof. And part of the thing that your kidneys do is get the electrolytes, or not the electrolytes, the potassium out of your blood.
Yes.
So his potassium levels are through the roof. So he's in the St. Mary's right now getting his kidneys checked out.
Yeah.
So if he gets on dialysis once a day,
Yeah.
then he'll be able to live and feel good, you know?
Yeah.
So I might still have him out here on the West Coast at some point.
Nice.
Yeah.
But daily dialysis is a bitch, depending on how long it takes to.
It's 4 hours apparently. He doesn't know if it'll be daily or how often it will be, but that's the worst case scenario.
So I had a grandpa that was like 3 days a week, I think. But then after a couple of years of doing it, like they just run out of spots to like poke you and stuff like that. Kind of like your veins and stuff like that start collapsing. I don't want to get too negative, but it's just
Yeah. Well, my dad's 76 years old, dude. I don't expect him to be around for much longer. He's already like over life expectancy for a Canadian male, I believe. 76 or 77 it is, I think. I'll probably live to be 100. My mom's gonna live to be 100. She's she's an animal, man. She just fucking
and you
kills
need
it.
your kidney, man, not just for you, but for your wife and your kid, right, man?
No doubt. I got responsibilities. Yeah. And you know, my dad's been on the way out for a long time. We've had lots of heart to hearts, and writing him that poem was a good way to show him like not only have I matured, but our relationship has evolved.
Yeah.
You know, and it's turned into more of a friendship with my parents, to be honest.
Yeah, it does happen when you get older, right?
Yeah. As long as you don't get crass.
Yeah.
As long as you don't grow old and crass like my brothers.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
So I wanted to share some. I want to share some pictures for Father's Day. I was scrolling Facebook and I saw this. Oh, I'm gonna have to take breaks every now and then just so I don't write down.
Okay.
I saw this post of this lady. She posted something that like her son, who was young, he looks like he's maybe 10 years old, right? He wrote this card for his dad that this boy has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, like me and my brother did, and there's just pictures of the dad hugging the son as they're both like crying and hugging and holding each other, and it just kind of reminded me of just me and my dad. Also, because the guy, I'm going to share a picture that does not reveal their identities, but you'll see that like this dude looks like my dad. So I'm just going to share a couple of pictures.
Okay, yeah, share it and just let me know when you're ready and I'll call it up so we don't have any names or whatever.
Yeah,
Just your name.
Yeah, the way I got it, I downloaded the picture, so it shouldn't be an issue. Can you see the picture?
Yeah, should I call it up now? Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the father and the son. So you can't tell who they are. If you didn't know who they are, you wouldn't know who they are and stuff like that. So like he gave him the card, you see the card there, and like he's crying, right? Because son's got Duchenne muscular dystrophy, like, things are, and I think from what I read, he was like kind of not diagnosed too long ago, even though you can see he's sitting in a wheelchair because there's a headrest behind him. But you're gonna see like that this guy looks like my dad.
Really?
Yeah. You see the new
there's
picture?
Your dad. Yeah, there's your dad.
Yeah, so that's me.
I've seen that picture 1,000 times.
Yeah, because they're up in my place, right? So this is me and my dad. This is like August of the year he passed away. So my dad is looking a bit more gaunt than he usually did. But
that's how you look like when I first met you.
Yeah. So he's my dad, you can see the top picture, he's being silly, he's got the plate in front of my face being a goofball, and then in the middle picture, he's looking at me, talking to me, he's touching my head, he's being affectionate, and then like the last picture again, my dad's got the rabbit ears behind my head, and being a goof as well. But
Yeah.
like my dad, just like this dad, you know, he was a dad to not just one but two boys with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and that's my brother. So I
Wow.
outlived my dad, and I'm so happy I outlived my dad. I mean, that sounds. I'm just glad my
Yeah.
dad didn't watch me die because he
Yeah.
watched his other. He watched his other son, my brother, die just 1 year before before he passed away. So this is literally like 10 months before my dad passed away. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a year and 10 months because yeah. This was my brother's last Christmas, and my brother passed away in September of the following year, and then my dad passed away
What day in
in
September?
September. I want to say I have this written down. It's the ninth. It is definitely
Ninth.
the ninth. Yeah, and
Ninth.
my dad was the 20th of October.
Damn, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah. So I miss them both, obviously terribly. And
Yeah.
my dad, for a guy who raised two kids with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, he did it with such like poise
Charisma, it almost seems like, too.
and charisma too. Like he was always, and not just with us, with all his kids, laughing, joking, having fun, but at the same time, when you needed a serious father to talk to you for advice, he was the guy. And like he never, like even in my 30s, he never stopped showing affection to me. Right, like you saw him there. He kissed my brother. You saw him there. He was
Yeah.
like caressing my head. He would always kiss me on the top of the head or the forehead and stuff like that. Every
Yeah.
time, every time we
I don't
saw
think
each
I
other.
don't think my dad really knew how to relate to us really as when we were kids. He needed my brain to be developed
Yeah,
to have anything to say to me because he's so damn smart, right?
yeah. Well,
You
and
know,
your dad's from a different era. Like my dad would only be 62, 3,
yeah,
4,
my dad's
64, right?
76. Yeah,
Yeah,
my dad's like the oldest baby boomer.
yeah,
He's almost pre baby boomer, dude.
yeah,
He's like one of the like how we are like the oldest millennials.
yeah,
I think 81 is Gen X and 82 is
yeah.
millennial. And
Exactly.
we're like the grandfather millennials, me and you.
We are, and I don't.
That'd be a good name for the podcast.
So I'm technically a millennial, but I don't really identify with the
Neither do I.
millennial.
And
Yeah,
both my brothers are Generation X. Both my brothers are born in the 70s.
yeah,
But that's a good name for a podcast. The millennial grandfathers.
that's
we
pretty
should
good.
yeah we should call that our show that. That'd be fucking
Yeah,
classic.
yeah,
All right. Well, happy Father's Day. Mine's still living. I'm lucky. I've been blessed. My dad just keeps on living. I don't know.
yeah,
I think he just knows that he's really wanted, you know. And
yeah,
he's fighting all the sicknesses that are getting thrown at him. But fuck, he's taught me how to suffer with grace, dude. There's
yeah,
no doubt about that because he's been suffering for a long time. So
yeah.
rest in peace to your brother and your dad, man. Fuck.
Amen.
Amen. All right, what kind of news you want to do? Sports, national, world?